Welcome back to the Bond Briefing, where we dive deep into the world of 007. Today, we're tackling one of the most exciting possibilities for the future of the franchise: how Bond 26 could reintroduce Alec Trevelyan, 006, as part of a storyline that builds on their friendship, their missions together, and the betrayal we all remember in GoldenEye. Plus, we'll explore how Trevelyan could learn to anticipate Bond's every move, tying it all together in a way that fans would love. Stick with us, you won't want to miss this one. Bond's early days and meeting Trevelyan. To bring Alec Trevelyan back in Bond 26, we'd need to start with Bond's early days at MI6. Fresh out of the Navy, James Bond is ambitious, talented, and unpolished. At MI6's academy, he meets Alec Trevelyan, another recruit who's equally driven but far more charismatic and confident. They begin as rivals, constantly trying to outdo each other, but over time, their shared determination and skill set forge a strong friendship. Their rivalry would make them better agents, but it would also give Trevelyan a unique advantage. He would learn everything about Bond, from his strengths and weaknesses to his tendencies and strategies. How Trevelyan learned to anticipate Bond's every move. One of the most fascinating dynamics in their relationship is how Trevelyan, through years of training and working with Bond, learns to anticipate his every move. Imagine them sparring during hand-to-hand combat training, Bond relying on speed and instinct, while Trevelyan observes and adapts, figuring out patterns in Bond's attacks. Trevelyan's sharp mind allows him to notice the small details: Bond's tendency to act decisively under pressure, his preference for bold and direct strategies, and even his reliance on instinct rather than over-planning. While Bond is focused on the mission at hand, Trevelyan is quietly cataloguing his every move. These observations give Trevelyan a strategic edge. By the time they start working together in the field, he knows how Bond thinks, what motivates him, and, most importantly, how to outmaneuver him. This is a dynamic that would directly tie into GoldenEye, where Trevelyan uses this knowledge to stay one step ahead of Bond throughout their conflict. Shared pain that bonds them. What solidifies their bond is a shared tragedy: the loss of their parents. Bond was orphaned after a climbing accident, while Trevelyan's parents died in the aftermath of Britain's betrayal of the Lienz Cossacks. This shared pain creates an unspoken connection between them. While they rarely talk about it openly, their actions show how this mutual understanding drives them to succeed. Bond channels his pain into unwavering focus, while Trevelyan hides his bitterness under a layer of charm. But even here, small cracks in Trevelyan's demeanor hint at a darker side: Trevelyan's subtle rebellion and violence. Even during their early missions, subtle hints of Trevelyan's darker side begin to surface. He's brilliant and capable, but he occasionally defies orders, takes unnecessary risks, or resorts to extreme measures. These small moments foreshadow the resentment and disillusionment with MI6 that would eventually lead to his betrayal in GoldenEye. Trevelyan's brilliance often outweighs his flaws, but these small glimpses of rebellion reveal the seeds of his eventual disillusionment with MI6 and, by extension, Bond himself. Bond's first solo mission. Midway through Bond 26, we could see Bond being assigned his first solo mission. This would mark his official transition from a team player to the lone wolf we know as 007. It's here that Bond is given his license to kill and sent on a high-stakes mission tied directly to the movie's villain. This mission would serve as a defining moment for Bond, showing him learning to rely entirely on himself while navigating the dangerous high-stakes world of espionage. It's a critical turning point for his character, and also a moment where Trevelyan starts to feel left behind. For Trevelyan, this moment would plant the seeds of resentment. Watching Bond succeed solo while feeling overlooked by MI6, could deepen his bitterness, setting the stage for his eventual betrayal. Setting up the GoldenEye mission. After Bond successfully completes his solo mission, the film could pivot towards setting up the events of GoldenEye. This moment would involve M calling Bond and Trevelyan into a meeting together. M explains that an upcoming mission will require the expertise of two agents pointing to a chemical weapons facility near a dam, a direct reference to the iconic prologue of GoldenEye. M could say something like, "This mission will require precision and teamwork. Bond, Trevelyan, you're the best we've got." Trevelyan would look at Bond and say, "For England, James." This scene would serve as an emotional moment for fans. It's a nod to the partnership we saw in GoldenEye, but layered with the knowledge of what's to come, the betrayal, the heartbreak, and the ultimate showdown between Bond and Trevelyan. Why this moment matters. For longtime fans, this setup would feel like coming full circle. It gives new emotional weight to the events of GoldenEye by showing the strong bond they shared before it all fell apart. For newer audiences, it would build curiosity about the history between these two iconic characters. What do you think? Should Bond 26 dive into the early relationship between Bond and Trevelyan, their shared missions, and the setup for GoldenEye? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update from the Bond briefing. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay sharp, stay suave, and we'll see you next time on the Bond briefing.